What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Donutman, the show where we cook things. Usually things that are high in protein, but if not, they're at least going to be healthy, being that this is a fitness-oriented YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be making some pretty simple, no-bake Oreo cheesecake bites. So let's get right into it with a burner already on medium heat with the skillet nice and warm on top. We're going to add a half a cup of almond flour to this, which will toast for 3 to 5 minutes. Now what we're looking for here is the almond flour to just get nice and toasty and gold. The reason that we're doing this is to just get some aromas out of it and get a little bit more flavor. Alright, and as you can see, we are nice and golden brown, so we're going to pull this off of the burner, and we could actually just turn off the burner, put that off to the side. We're not going to need that anymore. We're going to grab a nice mixing bowl, though, for the rest of our dry ingredients, or somewhat dry. We are going to use some butter, so our half cup of almond flour goes in there, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 1 tablespoon of butter, a half tablespoon of finely ground coffee, half tablespoon of vanilla extract, and then 1 tablespoon of sweetener, finally topping it off with a pinch of salt. Then we're just going to mix this together with a fork. It is going to stay nice and clumpy. We want it that way. Once that's nice and mixed together, we're just going to grab a muffin tray with some cupcake liners in there and distribute 1 tablespoon of our crust into each cup. Then we're going to pack it down using our thumbs or just your fingers in general. Now, pro tip here, pack it down nice and tight. Mine wasn't packed down all that much, and it causes the crust to fall apart as you're trying to eat it. Then we're going to set this in the fridge while we make our filling. And once I magically reappear with a clean mixing bowl, we're going to grab 6 ounces of cream cheese. Now you want this to be somewhat warm. I tossed mine in the microwave for 30 seconds. Then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of melted butter, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, a half teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then 2.5 to 3 tablespoons of sweetener. Now I'm going to use my electric hand mixer here on the low setting. I recently got this as a gift, so of course I'm going to use it here. It makes things a lot easier. However, you can do this with a normal whisk. We're just looking for a nice smooth consistency. Now we're going to bring our crust mixture back into the mix and just add a little bit of that into here. At this point, I'd recommend mixing it by hand, or else, well, all of it turns a brownish color. If you went in by hand and just incorporated it subtly, it would work out better. I even had to go in by hand afterwards anyway. You would want it to be a nice pasty white with a little bit of the cocoa mixture in there. However, mine just turned a little bit brown, but still tastes amazing. Then we're going to evenly distribute this on top of our crust that we just got out of the fridge. Once we're evenly distributed, just spread that out nicely so it sits somewhat close to flat. It doesn't need to be perfect whatsoever. Then we're just going to sprinkle the rest of our crust mixture across the top. And we're going to set that in the freezer for 1 hour. Alright, 1 hour later, and let's see what we're working with. I'm going to set these off to the side while I go grab a plate. And let's unwrap a few. This is what they look like outside of the wrapper. Looks delicious. So I'm just gonna bite right into it, even though they just came out of the freezer. However, I'd recommend letting them sit for a little bit and settle down. That way they're not hard as a rock. It'll have more flavors come out also. Now, as far as storing, you're gonna wanna take these, toss them in the refrigerator, and then prior to eating, I take it out maybe 10 minutes before I wanna eat it, and that just lets it settle a little bit more. The flavors come out more, and it's really, really good. Now, even though they don't really taste like Oreo, they're still cheesecake, and they were super duper easy to make, super rewarding, and I absolutely love them. So I would highly recommend making these guys if you are trying out the keto diet. But that's going to be it for today's episode. So make sure to drop a like, comment down below, letting me know what you guys want to see me make next, and thank you guys for watching. We'll see you soon.